give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
We made it. We made it. Can you hear us? Sorry. It's time for Chris's new computer fund.
That was crazy.
That was a great time. a great time for the shit to die right before. And I was all set up so early.
You were.
God.
We were so prepared. Since
So
I
prepared.
didn't stream, you know, he had all the time to get everything ready. And then bam.
So damn, we're an hour late, which is only like 30 minutes later than usual, I guess. Hello, I got it up, I got it fixed. Luckily, I'm an old IT geek. Let me turn off my notifications there on my phone. All right, what's up? So a few people hung around, 157 of you guys. So thank you. I apologize.
Yeah, really, that's awesome.
I'm glad y'all were chatting it up while I was in here sweating it up.
You were. And Doc Holiday had a good point. I should have been filming you.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
I actually thought about it. That's what I told James. I said, we could do it on the phone, but we couldn't read the comments. But I thought about doing a live video of me in here fucking cussing.
Right.
Just a live stream of me cussing, getting ready for a live stream. So, hello. There's Doc Holiday, Cynical, Jennifer, Cuddly Crow, Gail. Happy birthday, Carol Brown.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday,
Hey,
Carol Brown. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, girl.
Hey, she's in a good mood tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
She's at a party, ain't she? She at a party.
I heard her saying Proto-Stark earlier.
Let's see. We got Diane, Tammy, Sarah. Did I see Lala Gig somewhere in here? Let's see what we got. Mr. Shane, Dennis, Nightbot. What's up, Nightbot? Cuddly Crow. Dreams, those dreams. That's for you, Carol Brown. That's for you. For all you do. That's for you.
For all you do.
Jessica Shahunjav. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I hate that y'all sat around an hour waiting.
It was fun, though.
There's Paul Marie. My birthday's March 12th. Everybody send them in.
Siri.
Yeah. All right. Matt, hello from Nova Scotia. Hello, Matt. Tim Alt, hello. Bo Baratheon. Aturo, that's the new name. Fuentes, happy birthday. He's saying to Carol. There's
Sure
Amanda.
Day, baby. It's your day. Eat it up.
That's right. Felicia, hello. So everybody can hear us, right? We're good. We're good on the sound. It's high enough before we keep going. What's up, Sammy? Hello, Derry from New Zealand. Hello, Sarah from the Frozen North. There's Herb.
Yeah, Herb's been here. He's got some questions on deck.
Uh-oh. I'm sure we do. So, yeah, we got some Patreon questions I guess we'll start with really quick. Also, really quick, thank you to, I think it was, hold on one second, Legal Jedi, thank you for the donation on Streamlabs while I was in here trying to get this shit working. I appreciate that. Legal Jedi is in the house. Supreme Leader Smoke. Supreme Leader Smoke. I like the sound of that. That sounds cool. Thank you, Legal Jedi. That'll go towards the new PC fund that's about to happen.
It was about to be Supreme Bleeder.
Damn right. I was about to see shit flying out the window.
Milk takes blood out of white carpet. Just FYI.
Oh,
That's
is that a trick you learned from your childhood days?
It's a cable install. All right.
Okay.
The customer was trying to help me.
I think I've heard this. Maybe you told me this.
Cut his hand, right? Bled on this beautiful white carpet. And he's like, don't worry about it. I want to show you this. And he got milk, dropped it on there, and it pulls it right out of the white carpet.
Damn.
You can watch the milk turn pink.
That's cool shit. Okay, well, I'll remember that next time I have to dispose
Start break
of
shit in here like you were tonight.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's see. We got on Patreon Mike Colton. Thank you, Mike. So who gets to Cersei and kills her first? Euron or Arya or someone else?
Yes, I like your new video.
Yeah, it was just an idea. I wanted to clarify that too. It wasn't just about, because the choking thing. I understand you can't choke a white; it doesn't breathe. You can't choke it out, but you can disable it. That's all I was kind of saying.
Right.
Was when you get to the prophecy piece, it's like pale white throat indicates she's already dead from something.
Mm-hmm.
Is all I was. That's kind of was the point. But yeah, I still think. So I think that's a possibility that she gets turned. But I still think Jamie has to do the fight. Whatever. I still think Jamie has to do it. To me, that's just the best scenario. Now, whether he's the one who I was picturing with the video is what I was saying. What I was picturing was, she gets killed by Euron because we've talked about some of that stuff in the past. They're going to betray each other. But so then she's dead at that point, and then she turns. And I can see a scene where she's laying there dead, and Jaime finds her, and then she starts to turn, and then he's like in that emotional state, or something, choking her out, trying to stop the white Cersei from rising, although you can't, but it disables her. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. So I don't know. I think I would still guess Jaime. I would still bet on Jaime.
Right. And like you said, it's not like she's gonna pick up a sword and
right. She's not. I mean, what do whites do that are just regular people, farmers who never picked up a weapon? I guess they still just attack because they're whites. But
where do white whores go?
Yeah, exactly. Do I smell burning electricity?
It could be my charger,
I do smell
bro.
electricity. So
You do.
Okay, just make sure
Hold
nothing's
on.
overheating here.
Hold on. I did change something up over here.
Is it warm?
Not at all.
Okay, I do smell it from somewhere. Maybe this computer, but I don't see it smoking
Not at
yet.
all.
We'll keep going as long as it's not
But
smoking.
I smell it too. You're right.
Yeah, it's definitely electrical something. I don't know. Something may blow up here. We're just saying. We'll see. All right, Cap the Goat. Thank you, Cap, on Patreon. On season 8, expected Bran is going to be at full power. What is that going to be like? It's got to be epic. Your thoughts? Yeah, that's what we were saying about the God's Eye. We think he's going to the God's Eye and getting this power up, and that's where he receives some power boost. And we even talked about him touching the Night King physically. Yeah. Maybe he's the one that holds him for something or attacks him in some way in a vision type thing.
Yep.
Because they've obviously had that interaction already. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, something like that where he can physically do something instead of being the kind of the kid in the wheelchair type of thing. So anyway, that's the general idea. Legal Jedi, thank you, Legal Jedi, on Patreon. Have you given any more thought as to Varys' role in the endgame, and do you think he is a player who has been silently in the know this entire saga? Yeah, I mean, Varys is hard now because
writing that idea off at all.
Yeah, I think Varys is basically done. I mean, I think he can take care of a couple more things in King's Landing, like the books.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no,
he's got one more.
Yeah, but I don't buy into the whole he's going to betray Dany thing because I think that scene last season, it was brought up, right? Mm-hmm. Dany straight up asked him and said, "If you think I'm ever failing the people, come to me. Don't try to go behind my back." And he swore it.
Right.
And then he said, "If you do betray me, I'll burn you alive." And he said, "I'll expect no less." It kind of wrapped it up right there in the same scene. I don't see how he starts this whole entire series talking to Illyrio and all the stuff that happened, getting, in that case, Viserys or Dany over to the Iron Throne, and then betraying her. It just doesn't make sense for him to do that, have another twist with him. So, in the show at least, I think Varys is basically done. I hope he does take care of Qyburn, though. I'll just say that. Let's see here, Max on Patreon, and I apologize. I know some of these were posted a couple hours ago, so I don't know if everybody's here even hearing these answers, but hopefully they'll watch it back. So thank you, Max. How bad a shape do you think Yara will be in when Theon finds her? Will either of them be one to take down Euron, and will the Greyjoy house survive the winter? That worries me.
It does worry me,
I
too.
worry that she's not going to have a tongue, number one, but I don't know if they'll do that in the show. I think that Theon saves her. She's probably going to be in bad shape down in the Silence. She's going to be in the boat. And Theon will get caught, maybe killed, but I think she will live this thing. So I think Greyjoy, the house, will survive in a sense, at least through her. So that's my general thoughts on it.
I hate that idea.
But I think Theon's kind of got to, complete that arc. Completely complete that arc. Totally redeem himself and go out saving her like she tried to do for him. Randy Suimatsu, thank you, Randy. It seems like there will be battles in Winterfell and King's Landing in seasons 3 and 5, or episodes 3 and 5. Yeah, that's when Sapochnik is directing. So yeah, that probably will be the case. That makes me wonder how that will play out. Will everyone be in King's Landing at once? Maybe everyone but Bran, or will the Night King be defeated before episode 5 and the battle in King's Landing is between Dany and Cersei? It just seems like there's a hell of a lot to work out in 6 episodes, even though they're longer. I'm still with you about the Isle of Faces playing to the end game, but it's hard to figure out. I guess that's half the fun. Thanks for giving us something to think about during the long night. Yeah, I think it plays into our idea about the God's Eye is or what we've been saying, they'll have to. There will be a Battle of Winterfell,
There will be.
but that's not the final destination.
No, he makes it to King's Landing.
Yes, and they wouldn't have done the scene last year about how many people were here, and Tyrion says 1 million without that meaning something.
Right.
So he's coming to King's Landing, which is very near the God's Eye. Now, at that point, I would think Bran had already gone to the God's Eye. Mm-hmm. So I think he won't be involved in those battles, or he may the first one when they have to kind of bail out of there. But I think Winterfell, I think we'll have a rebuilding kind of episode, or at least part of an episode of episode 6. But I think it's got to, it's going to burn for, not maybe completely be destroyed, but it's going to go down there.
When Bran gets there, will Mira be there, and will there be a dialogue?
I don't know. I really don't know. That felt
didn't
like
end right.
Yeah, it didn't
me.
end. It felt like a goodbye.
It felt like it, but everybody was left going, that can't be their goodbye. After all
That is true. That is true. I hope that they make that right and include the reeds and all that stuff that we need to see. But it just felt off, like a real goodbye. Like we're just going to be left to know, like because she said when they come, I need to be with my family.
Right. So doesn't that make you think she'll be there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
well,
will he be too far gone then?
Yeah.
That was almost a goodbye to the Bran, the old Bran.
That's true. That could be taken that way too. Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's
I
true.
don't know. I just hope so.
Hard to say. But yeah, it's hard to say what they're going to cut out in the show because they don't have a lot of time, like Randy was saying. It's just, even though they will be long, it's just there's a lot to do. And I don't know if Cersei outlasts the Night King. You know what I mean? I can't see how they do that and give us this build up from the first episode and not have this huge drawn out thing with the Night King being last. I don't know, or at the same time, I guess. But anyway. Carol Brown, thank you, Carol. Oh Lord Commander of Smoke and Salt, protector of the live stream, not tonight. I fixed it, fixer of the live stream.
Yes.
Petter of Diuretic, ruler of the screen, Grand Maester of the Kingdom of Carolina of the North. Titles.
That's awesome.
Oh damn! Every week you got some new ones. I love it. I have a question. As of Melisandre predicted her death in season 7, could she lead the Red Priest in battle with the Night King and or Euron to help Jon's forces? If so, how could she die? In fire and blood or in smoke and salt? Yeah, a lot of people think she'll bring the fiery hand over. I don't know if they'll do that for the show. There was no backstory of that, and I don't recall any foreshadowing for it. I guess you could say Kinvara saying she supports Dany, but you really didn't mention the fiery hand or anything like that. So that's a big theory right now. But I do think that she will do something magical that we've been waiting for since the Blackwater. Because she says if she was there, she would have saved all those men.
Yes.
So that's what we've been saying. She's got to go out by fire, though. It has to be by fire, whether it's an execution or whether she literally helps with the war. But I hope she helps with the war and goes out with a bang, a literal bang. LC Manny. Thank you, LC Manny. Guys, after crazy weekend, thank God you're on to cheer me up. Yeah, sorry, Manny, we were late. I saw the message you sent as well earlier, too, and I was trying to get this shit fixed. So I apologize again for the delay. Bo Baratheon on Patreon.
Bo's been on fire. I wish you could have read his comments.
What, during the hour of...
Yes.
Thank you, Bo. What up, Chris and James? How are my boys doing tonight? Doing good now. And James is doing good. You don't have to work, right? Is that right?
That's right.
We're clear on that? I just want to make sure. I've been doing some thinking. We can all agree that there isn't anything of Rhaegar's in the crypts of Winterfell for Jon, correct? But what about King's Landing? Surely Jon would get something to remind him of Rhaegar. Viserys bitch ass even got his sword and dagger.
See what I mean?
That is true. Yeah, like we've said it before. I don't buy into the idea of something's hidden in the damn stones at Winterfell or at the crypts or in the crypts or the tombs, because it's like you have to have an indication there's something hidden, and there's no directions from Ned anywhere. Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, Jon, after I die, when you get older and everything's cool, check out your mom's crypt. I don't know. So I don't really buy that there's some Targaryen relic. We said before, if there's anything, it could be a harp.
Yes. Because
it could have been at the Tower of Joy, and Ned maybe traveled with it and brought it back to Winterfell after going to Starfall. So there could be a harp or something, but I wouldn't buy anything else. I wouldn't buy anything other than that.
Do you think about that letter?
I checked in the show.
Uh-huh.
I went back and checked this. There's no letter in the show.
Bullshit.
There was talk of a letter in the books, but we're not really got the confirmation that happened.
You're telling me I need to go back and watch it.
I did.
In my mind, because I saw him pass it off.
Yeah, I went because I'm doing the foreshadowing
Right.
series, and we had talked about that, and I was like, wait a minute, that didn't happen in the show, right? And you was like, yeah, it did. I'm like,
I swore to you it happened.
Yeah, you did. And so I was like, okay. So I went back and I was actually on that I was very close to that in the season 1. I was on season 2, episode 1 or 2.
Yep, that's what you're saying.
And I was recording some of those to do those, and I went back. I got to watch this whole scene, and I was putting some of those in the other videos, so I recorded it.
Then what I've done is I have mixed up something in my
something.
mind.
I was trying to think, is there something else? But I watched every scene with Ned in the crypts.
When he comes in there with the torch and everything, Varys.
Never a letter. Never even a hint of John or get word. It was all about Sansa.
Is this a Mandela thing?
It might be.
What the hell?
It might
be.
Because I didn't remember it though. That's why I was asking the first place. The first time I was like, I don't think that's in the show. And then I double checked, and no, there was no letter handed off to Varys in the show.
What was the conversation then?
It was more like it was the first time he visited him. He gave him some water, and
he told him there's a way you can get out of dying.
And it was about Sansa pleading for his life, and you need to make are you going to do it for them? And that's what made me say
take the black, basically.
Yeah, you could take the black and all this kind of stuff if you'll just proclaim Joffrey king. And I was telling, and that's what made me say in another live stream actually is why I think, and possibly doing a video on it. I think Varys wanted to recruit Ned to help with the Targaryen restoration because he seemed awful concerned.
Yes, he did.
About him saving his life.
Yes, he did.
So that's what started that anyway, I believe. But anyway, yeah, no letter. And in the books, I was rereading some parts of that, thinking about that, and it was I don't remember I think it was mentioned, but I don't think we actually got a confirmation that there is an actual letter.
Shit.
So we'll see. We'll see how that happens. But yeah, not in the show. So I didn't remember it. You did. Maybe a Mandela thing or something else weird.
Shit, dude.
All
that
right.
Like ruins a lot of things in my mind.
Right. Let's see here. Rough Girl, thank you, Rough Girl, for the super chat. I don't see a question there, Rough Girl. Just making sure if you have one, try to get it to a moderator. And Slope, thank you, Slope, for the donation on super chat. He says, just because. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Rock and roll.
All right. I'm trying to catch up here. I know we're behind. Let's see. Deborah, thank you, Deborah, on Patreon. Hi, all. Checking in, hoping computer issue. Oh, that was the computer issues. Yes, we're fixed. We're going. But Deborah has another question. Let's see. We better hope the Night King never makes it to King's Landing. Cersei's been playing the Game of Thrones surprisingly well. She might find some wiggle room to survive. She might even become the Night Queen if given a chance. We need to be careful what we wish for. Cersei has had the best story arc of all the characters, even into madness. She has had a really good arc, but Cersei is dumb. I'm just going to say it straight up. Everything she tries fails at some point, and she hadn't been queen long in the scheme of things, right? Mm-hmm. So she's had all these ideas, and especially in the book, Cersei, nothing works out. She thinks she knows. It's like Tywin told her, you're not as smart as you think you are.
Yes.
And she thought she was just as smart as Tywin. So I don't buy the Night Queen thing. I just don't. It's just odd for what he wants as far as the Night King. Again, it goes back to why now. How does it tie in with Jon or Dany, as far as having a queen? And is that backstory of the Night's King in the books, the 13th Lord Commander thing, is that some kind of hint for that? Like that queen was lost, or something, but that was a different character. So I don't really buy the Night Queen thing. But I think that may be something where she's turned and she does, end up being queen forever. And it's just not a way she thought. You know what I mean? But I don't see her being a White Walker is what I'm saying. Because they have something, you have to die and become a white. We saw the babies being turned. That's something to do with Craster being special.
That's right.
She can't be a White Walker is what I'm saying.
She will not be a White Walker.
So, all right. So thank you, Deborah. Okay, and she is saying she heard us there. Lala Gig. Thank you, Lala Gig. Sure, Jamie's hand is Valyrian steel. No way, it's just gold. It stopped Sand Snake's guard sword. Yes, yeah.
This is something I've never thought about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just mentioned it being gold, but it's definitely not Valyrian steel, to my knowledge. I just heard the gold hand, so I don't mean if they mean actual gold. That would be really heavy.
It would be really heavy, and a sword would go through.
It could potentially, it would certainly can break it or bend it if it was pure gold. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking it's got it's probably he's got this
weekend at Bernie's fucking arm.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I'm sure it's gold. It's got gold in it, but I think it's just pretty much steel, gold in it, whatever. There's some kind of alloy or it's gold plate, something, but it's not Valyrian steel. I don't think there's any hints of it being Valyrian steel, books or show. That would be cool though. We've said that before. Why a hand? Make it a fucking sword.
We have
or a detachable thing.
Something like that.
Yeah, here, swap it out, and you got a fucking sword. That would be cool. Let's see. Mother Dragon.
He's good with that hand.
Yeah, and he can still use it as a sword if he had a sword on the hand. You'd have to have a good
opportunity.
It is. You'd have to have a good contraption to make sure it doesn't fly off. You can see that. Could you see? Oh shit! and then he just gets cut down. Mother Dragon, thank you, Mother Dragon. Just read the part with Ned in the dungeon, no letter. See, thank you. That's exactly what I thought in the books. I was like, there wasn't actually a letter. There was talk of a letter, but definitely the show, there's not. I want to see that scene now. We need to do a YouTube channel. That's what we need to do. We got to do like alternate scenes from Game of Thrones and actually have these scenes. I want to do that.
Fun.
Mother of Dragon, again, thank you, Mother of Dragon. On Patreon, there are, however, a ton of things hiding in plain damn sight. It's even more insightful rereading than it is rewatching. Absolutely. Every time you reread, I don't know how many times you have, you will find a billion new things every time.
I need to say something, too, as far as reading goes. Guys, for all of you people who have not read the books, I am slowly reading, and that's going to pick up the pace now. But there is a character called freaking Patchface.
Yes.
That is so intriguing.
Now that you've got to Patchface, was I correct when I tried to remember what I had said about, because somebody asked me before, like, what about Patchface? And I said, I gave him some advice saying, substitute the Lands of Always Winter for Under the Sea.
Right.
Was that? I think that was right.
See, but you remember though, you brought that up to me in the midst of like this emotional breakdown.
That's true.
I'll let you know next week.
I think that's correct though. I believe.
Right.
Yeah. If you think about his riddles, kind of substitute that for
cool ass sounding riddles and. God, he's just such a cool character.
Yeah, he's creepy, and he ties into. I re-released. I don't know if you guys saw it on YouTube today. I did the video yesterday, which was the Cersei White thing, possible second death, and today I did a re-release of the Rhaegar Azor Ahai type thing. A lot of people hadn't seen that actually, so that I did, but I used that to test something on YouTube because I had this surge all of a sudden, and I wanted to put out another video on top of that to see if it affects anything in the next couple weeks. So that actually ties into, Patchface ties into the first failure in water.
Sweet.
In water there. So that's, he was the survivor. So
Yes.
Only one. So that would have been Rhaegar's first try with water, as far as the water of the lion and the heart.
That's right.
So anyway, I still enjoy that. I mean, it's just more like it shows the parallels of these stories and what's kind of happening in modern times. So, Carol Brown, it's your birthday, Carol. Thank you. She says on Streamlabs, thank you for the donation. Thanks for my serenade. You're absolutely welcome, Carol Brown. Thank you. You don't have to give me money on your birthday. Just saying. Let's see here. What is with my super chat box? Let me refresh that page. It's just dark.
That's right. That's the smell we're smelling. Super
Something
Chat's burning off the screen.
It might be. It does smell like a bad monitor is what it smells like. Something is on fire here. So let's see. I saw a couple of super chats. Sam L. Thank you, Sam, for the donation. I do not see a question. I'm not sure if you meant to have a question there. If you do use super chat, there's a line right above the amount slider that you can type in a question. But thank you, Sam L.
Thank you.
And Roger Pitts, thank you for the super chat as well.
Thank you.
How bad is the excessive time off? I'm trying to read this in this dark on. How bad is the excessive time off between seasons going to hurt GOT's popularity, or will absence make it more popular? Good to see you guys again. Yeah, good to see you back, Roger.
I think there's a line where they're going to stretch it. You can stretch it too far. If this was not the last season, I think they could damage it. But because it's the last season, I think everybody that is going to stay on. You know.
Yeah, and right now there is a lull for sure. I can
if
tell.
If they would have done this early, this long.
Oh yeah,
like first, second season.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. It wouldn't have continued to take off like it had. And then right now there's definitely a lull in interest because I see that in my videos. I mean nobody's searching for Game of Thrones stuff. But there's still, with this extended thing, everybody's got to see the last season, and it almost hypes it up even more.
It does
because they know it. They're taking their time and doing this extra stuff or giving it right. Supposedly, we'll see, and it's almost hyping it up more. But that will, as we get closer, it'll start to build for damn sure. The interest.
Yeah.
Herb Coswell II. Well, we got Herb Coswell II house. We hadn't seen the second. And where's Max Shaw? Herb, what you puffing on?
I love the way the fake Herb uses like the Bizarro.
Yeah, exactly.
Bizarro
color reversed.
Yes,
the reverse Batman. Oh, let's see. All right. Super chat. Thank you from Sarah. Thank you, Sarah Proudfit. Could Brienne survive and write Jaime's deeds in the book? Brienne reminds me of Britomart.
He's been kind of thinking that, right?
Yeah.
You think somebody is for sure.
Somebody's going to write in that white book for sure.
Leaning kind of towards her.
Yeah, I am, because she really is the only one so far to have sat down in a tub with Jaime, and really he spills his heart to her.
Yes.
The only one. So she knows his character now more than anybody, and his changes. She literally saw him change from asshole to kind of a nice guy. Because of the hand thing and all that. So, anyway, I do think that is the case. I think she will be the one to write in that book. So I will grant her survival.
That's awesome. But I just saw a name. This is something you didn't know because you were in here doing all this stuff. But Jessica Shook is hanging out with us tonight, and she is in the grips of. She's dealing with food poisoning.
Oh no,
I feel bad for her. Yep.
Oh, feel better, Jessica.
Yes.
I know that's horrible. That's not fun. Let's see here. All right. I'm trying to find something in the regular chat here. I see Herb's got a question somewhere. Yes, we do, Carol. We need to get to 100K. Right now, it looks like I'll get there in about 8 years, according to...
It really was 7 point something years,
I swear,
wasn't it?
I'm not kidding. It sounds like a joke,
It
but
does.
that's actually my projected timeline to get there right now because of the way YouTube is working.
It's crazy.
And being the off season, I understand all that, but I actually have a ticket open because there's nobody seeing... I put out the little thing on the chat. The community tab.
Yes.
And said, all right, have you guys seen the last few videos because they're not being viewed? And most people said no. So be sure to check. Make sure you're still subscribed. I'm assuming people here are because they probably got a notification. But a couple people had got notifications. Most people did not. And I had 3 or 4 people also tell me they had been unsubscribed again, and I am losing subscribers. I can see it visually per hour. So it's insane, whatever's happening. But yeah, it's right now we got about 8 years to go.
Yeah, and mine says 9.
Yeah. Well, it's probably. Let's see here. Is the stream look okay? It says it's got bad output. We may have shitty internet tonight too. Let me.
The modem's smoking.
It might be. I do smell electronics, and I don't know what it is.
That is a very distinct smell.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been around it forever. It's definitely something electronic on fire here. This may become a really fun show. Hold on, let me real quick. Let me check this. It could be YouTube or it could be internet. There's no telling these days. Oh, what a night! What a night! We're making it happen though. We're making it happen. Shitty ping. Not horrible, but it's not great.
Oh shit.
Let's see here. Uh-oh, encoding overload. Something's going on. It's on my end, looks like. I don't know what's happening. It's probably on my end here. No, that bit rate is all fine. It's all fine. All right, well, the warning went away, so I don't know what's happening. And the internet speeds are not bad. I mean, for what we're doing. All right, let's see here. What we got here? Deborah says, "Go, please check. I am worried for you and your kids, please." No, I mean it's something like right here.
It's very local.
It's very localized. The only thing different tonight, he's got a different plug down here, so I think
and
something's
it's not
just
warm to the touch at all.
yeah.
I mean, at all.
It's so yeah. There's nothing like actually going to blow up, but yeah, or anything. And if it does, it'll be fun for a second. But no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, Doc Holliday. I don't know. We don't have a real Firewatch thing, but I guess it's me tonight. Let's see. Amanda Kane's got a question from John. John Leo, I believe. Leo Q, I believe. Or Leo. John Leo. Q&A, does there need to be one child of Ice and Fire in the story? Currently it's John, but once him and Danny have a child, that will also be. Do you think John's death is more likely now? Yes, the child will be another kind of Ice and Fire child, but it will be basically Targaryen, 3/4 Targaryen. But there have been other Ice and Fire children already, mainly Bloodraven and his two sisters who died, and of course Bloodraven became the Three-Eyed Crow. So he was more kind of like an Ice and Fire child too, but not pure Targaryen, pure Stark. So it was a little different. And that was through House Blackwood, which had, a long history with House Stark, intermingling, marriage. So it was kind of a watered-down version of an Ice and Fire baby, I guess you could say. So, and technically they all would be anyway.
He was here. What do you think he'd say about you saying that shit?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's horrible, isn't it? But anyway, for the genetics question. So I do think if there was another one, for example, it just takes away from John. So
it does.
That's why it's so important right now, as far as the Song of Ice and Fire, House Targaryen and Stark finally getting together. That's what it's about. So because it has never happened in history. So I think anything else would take away from John, and that's why he's so important, which is obviously an endgame type thing. It's got to be something magical, right? I mean, it's got to be something that his blood combined with Targaryen and Stark blood can do magically, I guess. Right. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I thought I had a question. Yes, Sam L., if you had a question for Super Chat, please repost that if you had one. Just double checking that.
Somebody said watched Black Panther and loved it. Who was that? Richard Martin says watched Black Panther and loved it.
Yes.
That's where Carol was tonight for her birthday. She went and watched Black Panther.
Again. Carol saw, I think that's her second. Yeah, I think that's her second viewing, Carol. No, Black Panther
then
was
it must damn be good.
Black Panther was great. There was a couple little minor things I didn't dig the final fight. So I won't spoil it or anything. I think they could have done a little more with that. But other than that, and it was a great movie.
Everybody in the house got to go, but James.
Well, no, James
working.
was offered. No, I'm just kidding.
I was working.
Yes.
And that pisses me off when they come back and like it was awesome.
Yeah, right. No, it is good. It's good. I won't say anything other than that. I mean, it's a great movie overall. A couple things, minor things I would nitpick like I do every Marvel movie. Or any DC, any movie, period. There's nitpicky things. But,
Carol says I saw it 3 times.
Oh, 3 times. I hear you. But yeah, Wakanda, very cool. I love I won't say it. I just love going to Wakanda. That's all I'll say. Very cool shot. Sam L, here we go. All right, this was what Sam meant to have for Super Chat, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Q&A, do you think that the bitter part of Bittersweet could be the destruction of Westeros? Dany does indeed become the Queen of the Ashes, not Jon and or Dany dying. Super Chat question. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. There's going to be a lot of death, damage, and destruction.
Yes.
The triple Ds. I guess that's destruction, damage, kind of the same thing. But yeah, there... That is, I think that certainly can fit it. It's not necessarily a death, but I think there will be a lot of death and destruction, and I think that we have to get that, that little bit of rebuilding. It may be a month later or a year later type of thing. So it's not just like,
I'm buying into that more.
all of our favorite characters dying. It is the fact that there's going to be houses wiped out. There's going to be a lot of just general death, and death in general. And a very small population to rebuild and change things, I think. That's kind of the idea. So I think it fits perfectly with the bitter part. Herb Coswell II grew up in downtown Wakanda.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Let's see. Carol Brown has a question from Aaron44K. Thank you, Aaron. Q&A, quick question. Gendry knows how to rework and create Valyrian steel. He should. It's implied he may.
Yeah.
Because he worked with Tabo Mott, who was one of the only ones who could from the show. The blacksmith was Cahor doing the books. That's a different thing. But if he worked with him, Tabo Mott, so long, you would think he would know at least how to reshape it, reforge it. So it's kind of either way. You really don't know. You don't get the details on it. But you would think being, I don't know, how old is he in the show? 17, 20, 21, something like that.
Right.
Been there probably since he was 5 or 6, 7, 8, whatever. You would think he would know how to do it in the show. But I still don't think there's going to be a big Valyrian steel thing going on. There's just not enough weapons and not enough Valyrian steel. And unless Sam comes up with something from the books where he reads from the Citadel, and they figure out, okay, we can make Valyrian steel again. Let's do it. But they're running out of time real quick. But here's what you got to remember, though, about the time. We don't know. They can, like, for example, we saw the wall fall and then come into Westeros, right?
Yes.
But we don't know how long that was after the previous scene. That could have been, a month later.
You're right.
Or 2 months later. So, in other words, Dany and Jon, when they show up from White Harbor to Winterfell next season, that could be happening before the wall falls.
That's
or
right.
During the actual same time, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the timelines will be tricky, but they do have room for that, for some of that stuff if they're going to include it. Let's see here. Super chat. I think I saw one from Bill Hutchinson. Thank you, Bill. Hey, Chris and James, watch your stream every week. Happy birthday, Carol. You're so kind and generous. Hope you had a great day. If you ever need a butler, personal, baker, driver, anything, I'm your Podrick. Oh,
that is awesome.
That is cool. I've never met a butler, I guess. Or
I'm your Podrick.
Yeah, I'm your Podrick. Well, that'd be cool. Oh, Carol, I meant to tell you this. Speaking of Podrick here, or Bill being Podrick, I'm not going to spoil Black Panther. But I want my own personal King's Guard.
Yes.
Following me around. They are badass. Yeah. I told you a little bit, a couple things. I won't spoil it.
I picked Landon up from school, and he reenacted it in the truck.
It's so badass.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I forgot. Michonne from Walking Dead stole the show. I'm just going to say that. She is a badass. And I want that crew to follow me around, maybe with some theme music. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. That'd be cool. And just when I walk in the room and the whole, that was just badass. Sorry. All right. Herb Coswell. There we go. There's a Herb question. I think I lost it. Where'd it go? They're hearing the clicking of the mouse wheel. Okay, Herb, I saw it, Herb. I promise I saw it. There it is. Okay. Yes. Do you think there will be a twist where Arya will not be okay with Jon bending the knee? Perhaps she sees J plus D as Dany taking Jon away from the wolf pack. I think it's possible, but I do think they'll generally, they'll have I think Arya will be more supportive than Sansa, and then once they go through the whole process of Jon explaining to her about, what she did, you know what I'm saying? I think they'll ultimately trust him. But there will be a little bit of like awkwardness. It's going to be awkward when they come in Winterfell for the first time, and he's already Warden of the North again, as opposed to King in the North.
Yeah.
Good night, Bo. I see
night.
somebody saying good night to Bo. I guess Bo Baratheon. Yeah, Bo Baratheon. Good night. Appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. And again, I'm sorry we didn't get started earlier.
He's gonna get up early tomorrow, unlike James.
Yeah, just had to throw that in there.
I still have to take Landon to school.
That's right. All right, so I got Herb's question that Jennifer had grabbed. Okay, let me see here. Mimi Gottfan. There's Mimi Gottfan. I didn't see your name earlier.
I didn't either.
And there's Jason Clutchery. Let's see here. Adam 07, I think the same John will definitely die, and Davos would be like, can you bring him back again? Mel, not this time. The Lord's done with him. It could happen. And, this whole thing about don't bring me back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. The more I think about that, it's like I think I said it before, I do lean more towards Danny if you had to pick one of those, because it's like it almost was pointless the first time if he's just going to die in the end. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But epic snowball fight, Diane Harris. That would be funny if he came down and went to Winterfell and that's literally all he wanted to do, was just have a big giant snowball fight. He was tired of fucking sitting up there. They got all the
I'm real, bitches.
They got all the trebuchets and the damn, they got everybody with arrows of dragonglass, and he just goes and uses his awesome Joe Montana arm to
That
slam.
we saw
that we
with
saw throw the
javelin.
spear, throw a damn snowball and hits the wall and breaks it and cracks the wall. That would be funny as hell. He does need Sub-Zero powers though, where he can shoot ice shit out or whatever. That'd be kind of cool, Sub-Zero style.
We've always talked about that, all the things he could have done.
Exactly. Alex Montero, what's up, Chris and James? Q&A, what do you think about this theory of Varys and the Night King? Apparently, it was his voice that called out to him, in which it was the flame was blue, and told him to betray Dany. I think it's interesting. I did a video a while back about just what Varys heard, and and I just said it's not. I mentioned maybe like Daenerys Targaryen or Fire and Blood or something related to, but I don't think it's as important what he heard. It's just how it affected him. But with the flame turning blue, it does make you think: was it something to get Dany over there? Just for the Night King, like kind of working for him in a sense. You know what I mean? To get a dragon over there or something. You could make that kind of work, but I don't know if I guess in that case we do need to hear what he said.
Ask you this. Is the blue brought up multiple times? You know how you kind of say some things are just there?
Yeah, I don't. Only in his story, to my knowledge, of when he's telling Tyrion about the details of it and what happened to his parts and all that. But I don't. But of course, the blue is all associated with their eyes and the White Walkers all through everything. So it does make you question, like, what maybe that kind of takes away from the Blackfire thing, because does he have a reason to want Dany to come over and take the throne? Or in Viserys or whatever, and is the case. And now in the books, though, it's Aegon.
Right.
It's probably a Blackfire. It makes you question: is that because the Night King? And I did a separate video now on how he could be sending out these radio waves in a way, not even on purpose, but that's how that's what they're picking up on in these flames, like the Hound and Melisandre and Stannis, and
exactly
they're picking up on things that Green Seers can do normally. You know what I mean? So they're getting a little bit of insight into the magical world, and they're not really magical people. But that's interesting. I'll have to look and see if there's go back and see if there's any kind of connections or foreshadowing or anything around that story that would connect him with the Night King. But I don't know. You got to think from his perspective, that made him. Obviously do a lot of, he became a thief and became an information broker and get really powerful. Does he do all that just for like what was he promised? Like, is he going to not be turned? No. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to have a motivation. Like, he did all that and risked himself getting killed all those years.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, you got to think about
What's the payoff for him?
What's the payoff for him? And he could have died in many, many times, especially serving the Mad King. So you doing all that just to try it out, just in case you live.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, so that's why I'm not quite there yet. Let's see here. What we got? Well, I guess we could we've been going an hour now. We could take a stretch if we're going to go a little longer since we were late. Mm-hmm. If you want to do that, I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
All right, you guys want? We got 262 still watching on 12:30 on a Sunday night. Very cool.
Very cool.
Is that what you guys want to do? Y'all sticking around for a little longer since we were kind of late? Let's see here. Is Carol leaving? Happy birthday, Carol, if you're leaving. I just saw, okay, she was. Carol actually has one from Mackenzie Smith. Thank you, Mackenzie.
Thank you.
Q&A, which are you more excited about, Winds of Winter or Season 8? Well, I mean, both. I love the books. I love the show. They're two different things, but the Winds of Winter is the canon material. It's if there's something that's a little bit different, the books override the show. But I still love seeing it visually. I do. So, I mean, I love them both. But yeah, I mean, both. But Winds, obviously, for the actual, detailed story that there's a lot of things missing from in the show. But I do, I'm not one just to bash on Dan and Dave all the time because I think they've done a pretty good damn job overall. I think so. I mean, especially for the characters. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any Game of Thrones channels if there was a horrible show with horrible characters, and we just don't know how much material they've had as far as Winds of Winter material.
And what were you saying was the new news with them?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
right.
I did a separate little video on that too, just a little quick one. They're going over to a galaxy far, far away and been given, I don't know, a couple movies. They're not really sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but they're going to be writers on new Star Wars films apparently. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, the iron is hot.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. What's up, Big E?
Big E. What's happening?
All right. Stephanie Harding says sticking around. It's only 9:30 on the West Coast. That is true. The West Coast is still there. A little earlier. Paula says she's staying. I don't sleep.
Cool.
She don't sleep ever. You need to sleep, Paula. You need to sleep. All right. Well, damn, cat. I guess y'all heard that.
And with that,
yeah. So we're gonna let the cat out. Maybe that's what's burning.
Cody.
Cody's in here going, open his damn door. All right. So yeah, let's do that. We'll take a quick little stretcher and we'll make it quicker because we're already behind. But we'll do that and be right back.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. I can give you justice. In the name of our king. Perhaps I can give you justice. I cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
All right. We are back, I think.
Yes.
We're good. Okay. Let's see. I think is the stream looking decent? Snout showing good health and everything. I think we're good. Why is that supposed to be 30 frames per second? Something's changed.
I appreciate the answers to my question. Interesting to see you guys take on that.
What's that?
I just threw a question out there. I said, will the Hound find peace and or love?
Man, I don't know. I think he tried, and violence found him again. Joaquin, what's up, Joaquin? There's Marty. Hello, Diane Harris. Let's see here. Richard Martin. I'm not reading this out loud just in case. I don't want to mention those. People got mad at us last week because we mentioned a couple pictures. So I don't want to say anything about the pictures.
Right.
Because it does give away technically a location of a person. So, but we kind of said that anyway. If you think about it, we said that. How can I say this? They'll have to retreat from Winterfell anyway and head south.
Yes,
I've said that way before any pictures.
Exactly.
But that's all. Just to avoid any kind of details, I won't mention that. So I apologize, Richard, but I had people like, please do spoilers at the end of the video. Well, it wasn't really a spoiler, but you know what I mean, a speculation. But it does confirm a location, I guess. So I guess technically that is a little spoiler. Let's see here. Hello, Eric Mishima. Among Cyan Gamer, question: do you think, who do you think will fall first, the Night King or Cersei? I think it's a good question. I think Cersei.
I feel like Cersei
has. Really I almost think she has to. It could be very close, but I think he does. I think he will go to King's Landing. I think we do see there's probably some wildfire at play, whether it gets used or not, but there will be a plan to use wildfire. Mm-hmm. I do think we got to see kind of the Dany vision come true for the show. That's got to be the Night King. I'm assuming it don't have to be. It could be Dany, but we have to see the Red Keep burned out as far as the ceiling goes. So I would guess Cersei, and of course, kind of like what I was talking about in the video yesterday, that could go into her being killed and coming back as a white and dying again, essentially.
Here's one for you. ATIM 0007 question says, are there any children of the forest alive in the Isle of Faces? Will they help in the War of the Dawn?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there absolutely is. Definitely books. No, Riddick, we're streaming. He's just knocking on the door now randomly.
Hashtag free Riddick.
Exactly. I wish there was room for him and to come in here and say hello. But yeah, no, definitely in the books there's children there. The Order of the Green Men have to be children. I mean, but I think in the show they still have time to introduce the God's Eye, and they have mentioned it a couple times. But I'm not 100% on the show yet. The Leaf thing kind of felt like the end of the whole race in the show,
right.
Kinda. But you're not really sure.
Do you think they're trying to make you think that? And
yeah,
exactly. Circle back,
could very well be. And then Bran realized, wait a minute, there's more children left. I got to go down here, and they're the Order of Green Men. Oops, I forgot about that type of thing.
Yes.
That he had heard about from like the early chapters of the books. You know what I mean? So he's
Absolutely.
aware of the God's Eye.
The things we pulled. Yeah.
Let's see. Amanda Kane has a question from Tom Barrett. Thank you, Tom. Pertaining to your released vid, could Rhaegar's canceled betrothal to Cersei be him driving his sword through the heart of a lion in his Azor Ahai theory? That's a good little connection there. That could be. Really? And that was really all the aim of that video was to say that there's no one Azor Ahai. There's just these, you have this old legend, and then you have a lot of events that parallel that legend. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it could fit that way, sure. Absolutely. Riddick's doing good, Arthur. He's doing good. He was just lonely. He's just lonely. He's mad if I'm streaming every night on Twitch and stuff, so he's mad.
Okay, I'm getting up in here. Let me get up in here.
Oh, what are you still
Too
low?
far from the mic. Mm-hmm.
You can slide over there because I yell. I got it up as high as it could go. Actually, I could turn that volume up a little more, maybe. Well, that is all the way up, actually. Let's do it that. Let's see. Does that help? I should have went along with it again. I was already laughing. Deborah Davis on Patreon. Thank you, Deborah. Now that quit. There we go. Now that Jaime is going to Winterfell, Gendry can make different interchangeable attachments to allow Jaime to gain proficiency and improve his. I think that would be cool.
It really would be.
I think it would be very cool. And you're also saying the video output is sporadic. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know if it's on my end or not. Everything's showing fine now, but I apologize. Maybe refresh YouTube and see if it's still doing it. But
I'm sorry too.
Yeah, it's all James' fault.
Always.
Michael Colton, thank you, Michael Colton on Patreon. Good and fun session on Twitch yesterday. Could you remind us to join Twitch for free, then follow Smokescreen vids, and also turn on notifications? And yes, this also includes Doc. Not sure what I saw him around yesterday. Doc Holliday, where was you at? Yes, every night. If for people who hadn't been here, didn't know, or if you care, at nights when I'm done kind of editing shit, I've been streaming on Twitch, gaming, specifically Dead by Daylight right now, because I just still love that game. So yeah, if you're interested in watching that and hanging out during a Twitch stream, after I get back next week, I'll be out of town this week off and on, or maybe the whole week, I'm not sure yet actually. I will do a actual schedule, probably like a Wednesday and a Saturday or something like that. Maybe at least get a day going where it's a definitive. But yeah, you can go to Twitch and sign up for free and follow Smokescreen vids, and you'll get notifications. And if you're interested in hanging out in more live streams, and whether you're interested in gaming or not, still a place to hang out if people enjoy it. So thank you, Mike, for remembering that. Deborah Davis again. On Patreon, Q&A, is Dragonglass brittle? It is. Wondering how many attacks someone can make against a White Walker using dragon. It is a great point. It is actually brittle in real life as far as obsidian. Very thin and brittle. That's why you can be chipped off so easy to be so sharp. So yeah, it's a little unrealistic for Jorah, say, to have in episode 6 last year 2 daggers, and he keeps hitting bones after bones after bones. So it is a little unrealistic for it to last very long. So it is actually brittle in real life. Mother of Dragon, again on Patreon. Why does that keep popping up now? Everything's broke. I agree. I still think GOT is the best show on TV. The books and the show are different mediums. Can't do POV characters exactly, thoughts and feelings very effectively on film unless there's a voiceover. The music, costumes, CGI, cinematography are incredible. If the writing falls short, well, D&D are not germ. That's correct. Exactly. It's just two different things. And it is a gorgeous show, and it doesn't matter, regardless of some of the writing that's been kind of questionable, it's still the best show on TV of all time, in my opinion. Let's see. Captain Goat, Ghost had better be back and fighting like a badass. Free Ghost. Hashtag Free Ghost. Exactly.
I think
we will definitely see Ghost in season 8.
Feel good about it.
I don't necessarily feel good about the scene, though. You know what I mean?
Don't say that.
I'm just saying. I just got to be realistic about it. We saw, I mean, Summer, come on, man. Summer, you took one out, and then, it was horrible. And then, of course, it was stacked right with Hodor.
Yes.
Hold the door, and I'm still not over that. So, yeah, I want to see Ghost, but I don't want to see Ghost. I want to see at the end Ghost still beside Jon and Dany, if that's the case, or whatever. I don't want to see him take out one fucking white and then just get overran. I don't know. So, yes, I want to see Ghost, but I don't want to see, no news is good news. Yeah. Just go over there, go hunt, type of thing. I don't know. Tim Hughes, thank you, Tim, on Patreon. With your idea of Cersei having 2 deaths, maybe Qyburn could bring her back, then choking her is an option. That is true.
Damn if it's not.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's actually. Thank you, Tim, for vindicating me, because I wasn't really more focused on the actual choking part as I was just the 2 deaths. So yes. How pissed are you that if the Night King gets Supreme Leader Snoked? I would be tremendously pissed off if they didn't everybody, if hadn't seen Star Wars, he's referring to the fact that Snoke didn't get a backstory, we didn't get any origin, no information. He was just some old powerful guy, and he just died. So I'll be extremely pissed off, extremely, if we didn't find out what he wants. You got to. I mean, you got to. There's no point. If you're not going to tell the story and have an ending to the story, it's not a story. It's
I didn't like thinking about that.
Yeah, you gotta have the ending. Doc Holliday, thank you, Doc Holliday, on
Thank you, brother.
Streamlabs. I appreciate the donation. Just a little something to maybe increase the fire coverage on your homeowner's insurance. Also, Ariel Working shirt should be mailed to you shortly.
Holy shit.
I'm so excited.
Dude.
I'm so excited about Ariel Working. And that's funny, you know, people come on this channel new and see, they'll be like, what the fuck is that? They don't have any clue.
If only you could have seen those, because remember, those weren't live.
No, those were recorded. That's right.
So there was a lot of warging, and I was saying all kind of shit.
That is true.
He left that in for the
that is true.
The humor part where he could bing above my head.
Yeah, light bulb. Yeah, exactly. That is true. There was some of that air, not just area, but some of the names and some other things. You know, but I mean, I did the same thing when I started reading. I think a lot of people do. But thank you, Doc Holliday. I appreciate that. And by the way, we found the source of our smell here, our fire smell.
Yes.
It's this light over here. It's just a light. A couple of them went out, and one's still like out, but it's still hot. Like, you know what I mean? So something's just. But it's not actually bad anymore. It's gotten a little better. So we should survive. Hopefully. Let's see here. Let's see. I think we're good there. Trying to get back to the live chat here. Yes, that's right, Paula Marie. Lots didn't know Protostark, and people still ask. Protostark, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
When we do hashtag Protostark and a dragon raised by wolves.
Parts 1 through 5.
Exactly. I was going to see if you edited that. Max Howard. What's up, Max? House names for you guys. Wait a minute. It's moving. What? Stop. Damn it. Born amidst smoke and screens, and what is dead may never die. Very cool.
Love it.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Max. I love all the little plays on words that we get, and all the titles. Let's see here. Yes, Carol Brand was warging Smokescreen's light. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. These are new. This is the new light set. They're fairly new. I mean, only 2 or 3 months old, and yeah, they've been flickering and shit already, so it's like pissing me off. But apparently that's the cause of our burning sensation. No dark fire shoot out my dick. I'm sorry.
Just roll Charlie around.
Eddie Murphy flashed in my head a second. I apologize. That happens around here all the time. Mamma Mia. Hello, Mamma Mia. Where? Okay, she had a question. What is going on? Okay, thank you, Momo. She has a question from Sam L. Q&A. Could the Night King have been activated by Mel and their red god coming to Westeros? A scourge of the old gods from me. I missed y'all, but I'm back. Thank you. I missed you. I think it's certainly possible. I mean, if you think about it, it definitely aligns with them reacting to something fairly recent.
Agreed.
And and the red god is a fairly new thing to Westeros. Not been around long at all. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible, but and that could align if you actually believe there are gods, type of thing. I don't think there are gods, but it could be the Night King sees that as some kind of, threat, and he is trying to protect the werewolves, which would still fit our idea we talked about before.
Yes, indeed. Because
we did say in there that Melisandre, in that full in-game video, which nobody seems to watch, yeah, she did say to burn werewood specifically, and they did that. Stannis did that at Storm's End. So it's very possible there's some connection there with, and that's also the setup when she saw the vision and made kind of Bran and Bloodraven the old gods, saw them as the enemy.
Right.
It sets that up like that as far as, so it's a good thought.
It is. And welcome back.
Absolutely. I see it, RT Sizzle. I'm getting it. I was scroll down right now. I promise you. So thank you, RT Sizzle.
Thank you
for the super chat. Do you think? And I don't know why this box is dark gray. with black lettering. So I apologize. Do you think the Night King is the previous last hero or Azor Ahai? I don't, and here's why. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think RT Sizzle is alone.
Right? Yeah, I have actually heard this a lot. But it's now, if the timelines are wrong, absolutely possible. But here's the thing: the last hero or Azor Ahai, if there was a figure that went up with companions and helped save the world, reacted to the White Walkers. So there was already a Night King or White Walkers and all that stuff. You would have to have. You know what I'm saying? You would have to have him reacting to White Walkers, and then he somehow turned into the Night King, and we've already seen how that's done. You know, there's one Night King, Dragonglass in his chest. He created the other ones from babies, and that's fairly recent. So, yeah, I don't buy that. Now, again, if the Maester's timelines are all wrong and all, it's certainly possible. But I don't buy it in the sense of what we know about the past, because he reacted to that. You know what I mean? So they were already attacking.
What about the idea that he took the place of the old? You know how people keep wanting somebody to take his place.
Yeah, like Jon's going to be the new Night King, and somehow he's going to maintain his humanity to lead them away.
Ice torch keeps getting passed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's feasible, but I don't really buy that the Night King wants a replacement. Or even needs one. I don't think he needs a replacement. I think they've made it clear from the show, which I'm assuming if we get a Night King type leader in the books, it will be the same, that he has been the same character from the get-go. So why would he need to replace himself?
Why did they change him on the show?
Yeah, well, exactly. See? No, but, you know, it doesn't make sense to me that he needs a replacement. And if you have a replacement, why does maybe that has something to do with Jon's special blood, but why would he keep his consciousness to lead them away?
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if this Night King is not like the first and he's like the 4th or 5th or 10th, why is he still hell-bent on destroying the realm like the rest of them were? You know what I mean?
Good point. I mean, we really don't know.
That's right. But again, the history is just not accurate either, because we know, for example, the World of Ice and Fire. We already know things that the Maesters got wrong. You know, they don't have the absolute answers either. So, alrighty, let's see here. So thank you, RT Sizzle. I saw something happen here. Some alert. I didn't catch it on the screen though.
I think it was a small
we have a donation from Celtic Moon. Thank you, Celtic Moon, on Streamlabs.
So very much.
If Germ stayed in helping in writing in the show, how could he change his own story?
Well, I've thought about that too.
Have you?
I have.
Oh, okay. I thought we had a joke coming.
No, seriously, I'm sorry.
I have to imply that you don't read.
I've thought about that because he wants, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to give all of his writing away. But he helps coach them along to get to an end that is slightly different, so he can still drop some bombs and surprises on people.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's like you said, and I was watching the, I'll sit around sometimes and get in a mood to watch old George R. R. Martin interviews.
I'll walk in
on YouTube. And so the one with where he spoke to Google in particular, he made it pretty clear that Dan and Dave can do what they want. He sold the story. He sold the whole story, they can change it and make aliens fly down and shit. And that's what he said, actually, as an example. But I think it's going to be, basically the same. There will be obviously details from other characters and stuff that are different. But you're going to get the same end game. It's not the same story if you have a different ending. Otherwise, it's just, why call it Game of Thrones at all?
If he sold them the freaking story, why is he holding back on the books?
Yeah, well, I do think, definitely there will be different bombshells because you got a lot of people missing and characters missing, story arcs and all that.
Is he tweaking stuff though?
I think he's definitely tweaking stuff, but I don't think he's basing it off the show. He's already said that many times. He's not changing things where people have guessed things right or the show changed, but he does change a lot of stuff in his writing, and but I do think that he's waiting for the show to be over to release Winds. So you let that happen, you let the ending happen, and it kind of dies down, and then people get the book, and they can know what's different. Is there anything different? And you know what I mean? So I do think he's kind of just waiting now for it to be completely done. Obviously, it doesn't matter now; they're filming. So I do think though that Dan and Dave had more Winds of Winter material than people think. So I'm pretty sure that's happening because basically the whole book's done. He's tweaking and moving some chapters, removing some things, maybe moving stuff over to Spring, Dream of Spring, whatever. But yeah, I think they've got more than people think, or people will want to admit anyway. Let's see. Let's see a super chat from Faytown. Is that Faytown Matt? Thank you, Faytown Matt. Sansa equals Night Queen, stays in Winterfell after Exodus. Night King turns her. You know, I think we've mentioned this before about her all wanting to be a queen, and she ends up being the queen, but it's not the same. Kind of like Cersei, because she's kind of like Cersei. I know people don't want to admit that, but they're kind of the same character, except one's actually devious.
She was influenced a lot by Cersei.
She was. She absolutely was.
Yeah. She picked up a lot.
Absolutely. But the only reason I would say no, as far as a Night Queen, is the same reason that Cersei won't be a Night Queen. Is I don't think that. I mean, I guess there's magic we don't know about yet, but she can't be a White Walker without dying and being a White. So that was the, you know what I mean? That would have to. Can he stick his fingernail on her cheek and turn a Stark into a White Walker queen? You know. Whoa.
Can he stick his fingernail on her cheek?
Well, you know. I was going to say in her eye because I just pictured the baby and he almost poked his damn eye out with that long ass fingernail.
Didn't he?
And so that's what I was going to say, in her damn eye. And now I was like, wait a minute, no, he just touched her cheek.
But the thing that gets me with that whole thing is, you know, you said there has been the female White Walker before.
Supposedly, yes.
Right,
it's a legend, yes.
And that was
13th Lord Commander.
Pre-Craster.
Pre-Craster.
Something there, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions is what was the whole Night Queen story about? How did this 13th Lord Commander... And again, that's why the timelines don't match up about the 13th Lord Commander being the current Night King, because it was already... They established the Night's Watch because of the White Walkers.
Exactly.
And it was 13 Lord Commanders later.
That way.
Right, so it's not the same person. So, but again, the timelines could be off. But either way, even if it was a different... You know, the years were different... You already had a Night's Watch established and the wall built because of the first long night in the fight with the White Walkers. So, same reason that I wouldn't believe there's anybody would be a Night Queen. But, yeah, you know, there's something. Could be something there for sure. And Purple Haze, Super Chat, thank you, Purple Haze. Q&A, do you think that the Stark family and pets have been visited more by the God of Death than any other prominent family in the entire series? I don't... No, if you're talking about recently, maybe, but in the scheme of things, Targaryens got royally screwed.
Yeah.
If you think about the wiping out a family almost, essentially. Targaryens, when we open this story, there's 2 left. There were 3 counting Jon. You know what I mean? So they, Summerhall destroyed their whole fucking family.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Baratheons have not had a good run.
No, not recently. Nope.
I mean, if you actually think the kids are Baratheons.
Yeah. Right. Well, he did have a lot of bastards, though, that got killed.
Well, there you go. Good point.
So, yeah, in the big scheme of things, House Targaryen has met the stranger more than
Skippy.
Anybody else, and that's the big secret. Now, we will find out in the books about what really happened at Summerhall, and I really look forward to that. So, hopefully that's Winds of Winter. We'll see. Let's see. Herb Coswell, again, Q&A, you think Bronn is a Bolton? No. Maybe he will get his castle in Dreadfort, though it may not be the case. I do think he'll end up with his castle. Some people have been saying like the twins, because Tyrion said, I'll double it. And that's kind of like 2 castles in one.
Right.
That would make sense. But I don't think he's a Bolton. I think Bolton's... House
Michael
Bolton.
Bolton.
Yeah. House Bolton is out. They're gone. They're outie. Oh, look at our glass. Look at that. We got something going on. The glass is filling up. Very cool.
It is.
Yeah, and that is actually Slope.
Thank
you, Slope. What's up with baby Sam? They keep showing his blue eyes, and the Night King is coming for him. I don't think there's something going on with the kid, but I don't think that's the reason because they were already active well before Gilly escaped. Now, obviously, we did see the White Walker come for the child.
Yes.
So they definitely wanted him, but I don't think that's the major role. They were already back and building their forces and coming back and getting ready well before Gilly even had him. So we'll see if he plays into the thing about being, because they are, technically her brothers are the White Walkers, So there may be some family, some bond there. Maybe we'll find out and Gilly has a bigger role than just kind of reading to Sam.
It is interesting to think that way.
Yeah, so we'll see. There's something, I think we'll get some answers about Craster in the books at least. And Doc Cade, Super Chat, thank you, Doc Cade. Is it the bum you're on? It is in the bum you're on foreshadowed it. That's right.
Oh, the fingernail.
The fingernail in the bum. Exactly. Maybe that's the key. That's how Sansa or Cersei become a White Walker. Is instead of the cheek, it's in the bum.
Between the cheeks.
Exactly. There you go. See, that fits perfectly. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. That's how a person can become a White Walker. Right in the bum hole. That is true. Because otherwise, why put that line in there? Was it just for comedic relief?
Right. Damn, Herb says Gilly is the Night Queen. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
And remember, Carol Brown's birthday, Herb called it.
All right. We got you, Herb. We're going to remember that one. Let's see here. Let's see.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Mamma Mia. Question from me. Did you see the animation of Viserys telling the history of the Conqueror in Robert's Rebellion? If so, did you catch any of the slight changes from the book, i.e. why they left Valyria? I saw pieces, but not the whole thing yet, Mamma Mia, so I don't know. I can't really answer that intelligently because I have not seen the entire thing. So you're saying there's some changes from the history of Robert's Rebellion, and I would assume you're talking about the season 7 DVD. Yeah, so I haven't seen enough to know what the difference is. Just so yeah, we gotta check that out.
Yeah,
because I've heard it's all good. So yeah, definitely need to check that out. So they changed why they left Valyria, huh? Really? They changed it from the 14 Flames and all that stuff, and Dany's the Dreamer. How would they change that? I wonder how they'd change that. What did I just click? I have no idea what that was. I might have just kicked somebody out or something. I'm not really sure. I might have kicked somebody out or modded somebody or demodded somebody. I'm not sure what just happened. So just letting you know.
It was an accident.
It was an accident. Either way.
I witnessed it.
Let's see here. That's right, Steven. It's all on YouTube. It's documented. Herb called it. We'll see. We'll see if Herb has to eat crow or not. 460 Mosh Q&A. Do you think Sansa and Arya have to have a say on the matter of Jon's girlfriend, Dany? Ultimately, no. But there'll be some talks about it. Like she's mad like her father. You've already heard all the foreshadowing from Royce and all the other Northerners. They don't trust Targaryens.
Yes.
Targaryen killed Brandon and Ricard and all that stuff. So there's that deep, long history of issues there. So that's going to be brought up again. There'll be a lot of that discussion, but ultimately it's time to the fight is won. That's really what it boils down to. Let's see.
Your daddy killed my pawpaw.
Yeah, exactly. Cannon, there's a new name. Welcome, Cannon. Let's see. See, I keep losing them. What is going on with the chat tonight? Q&A, do you think Jon and Dany's child will be the next great thing or the next big bad? And will a Stark stay in Winterfell if they have to evacuate south? Thank you. I don't think we'll ever get a definitive answer to that. I would think that, I would guess that Jon would survive this if we had, like I said, we had to pick one or the other two. I mean, they could both live. They could both die, but I think it would be raised well by Jon if Dany dies in childbirth, for example, or if Jon dies, Dany obviously will raise it well. So I don't see it being a big bad, and I don't think we'll ever get a post we'll never get a sequel. We'll never get a story after the last book. So I would, but if I had to guess, I wouldn't think it'd be a big bad or anything. And as far as the Stark staying in Winterfell, I think if they do, it's going to be bad news. I don't think. I think they'll have to leave. I think Bran has to go to the God's Eye. Jon and them will end up at some point. They'll end up back in King's Landing. I think for evacuation, they'll have to. He'll probably even try one more time to reach out to Cersei. You know, like I need. Look, we really.
Of course.
After Jaime, because Jaime's going to go to Winterfell, right, and say, "I'm sorry, Cersei's not sending any men." And I tried to, and maybe he'll try to bring a couple, but he left by himself.
Right.
Maybe Bronn. That's what we said before. Bronn brings up some men. So maybe some of the Lannisters will actually go with Bronn and say, "We're going to help Jaime," and that's when Cersei loses the rest of her Lannister army and then has only the Golden Company.
Right. So
I think Bronn could actually kind of help with that a little bit as far as some Lannister soldiers. Because they do have, some people left, regardless of the Field of Fire 2.0.
I love him. Bronn.
Yeah. He's so cool. So cool. It's cool to see that character who was supposed to just be like a companion for Tyrion grow into something. Now he's a Reign of Castamere. I even said, was he hired by Varys to go north of the Wall for work? That was a whole separate video too. So really, really cool character. Rough Girl, thank you, Rough Girl. I see the super chat, but I don't see a question. So I don't know if you meant to have a question there, but thank you either way. You can get that to a moderator if you can. Let me check actually Patreon really quick. I have a couple more here. And we still have 300 people at 1 o'clock. Awesome.
That is really
very cool. Maybe these couple videos lined up, and then the live stream views will help get this channel back going or something. We'll see. But I guarantee you I've lost 10 subscribers since we started. I guarantee you. There's still a bug. There's something going on. You saw I lost 10 on 2 videos.
I can't understand that.
No sense.
Videos that were getting a lot of likes and
good comments. And
but people are,
unsubscribing. Randy Suimatsu on Patreon. Thank you, Randy, again. Just think of all the characters that are going to die in just a few episodes.
Thanks,
exactly. I know at one time Germ cited 5 characters who he thought might live. If you could only pick 5 and everyone else dies, who would you pick? Mine would be Arya, Jon, Dany, Tyrion, and Sam. Remember, all others die, even if that won't really be the case. Yeah, we kind of did this before, and I think I basically had yours, except I have Davos instead of, I think I said Jon, Dany, Tyrion, Davos, and
I feel like you felt good about Sam.
I think it may have been Sam. I think you probably have my 5 except for Davos. Swap out Davos there.
Because you don't have Jon and Dany, right?
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it was. I was saying if one of those had to go, yeah. So I definitely had Davos and Sam in there and Tyrion. I know,
yes.
And then Arya, I did say I would pick for instead of Sansa, and then Jon or Dany. So yeah, I would say just to make that clear, I'll say Arya, Jon, because I want to see Arya get back on track. And
now here's the bitch of it.
I would Arya, Jon or Dany, Jon/Dany, one or the other. Tyrion, Davos, Sam.
Here's the bitch of it. He says everyone else dies.
I know. I'm kind of cheating.
So then Brienne cannot write in that book.
Oh, that's right. See, yeah, I know, man. That sucks.
It does.
Can I have 6, Randy?
7,
Can I have 6 or yeah? We thought
that's
7.
What we were doing.
We did think 7 main characters, right? I mean, as far as kind of rebuilding society, but that, I don't know. I mean, there's going to always be some, quote unquote small folk or peasants or whatever. There's going to be other people, but main characters, yeah. So I don't know, Randy. I kind of cheated there. What do you say? I feel good.
I feel good about that too. I do think you have to pick Jon or Dany. And I feel good about Sam. And the reason I feel good about Arya is
I'm glad you remembered that.
Arya has to go.
We need to do that one time. I just want to throw the idea. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We need to do a video one time, just a straight up troll video, and just mispronounce everything.
I would love it.
I'm serious.
To bring
just bring out a video
haters again,
and just bring in some more hate mail. That would be outstanding.
But I do think Arya has to live, just because I picture her traveling like we talked about and roaming around and.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm now reading Arya, Joan,
Yes,
Dana, Tyrolean, Torian, and Same. I'm sorry. We need to do that, man. And then, when Arya gets back to Winterfall,
yeah,
I'm telling you right
Winterfall,
now,
yeah.
gee, we would get
There'll be dragons flying and wolves everywhere.
I'm telling you, we get so many of those like we used to back in the very old days where I got a couple of those, you backwoods redneck, you know you can't read type.
Oh.
I would love that hate mail. It's so funny. Anyway, yeah, we got to do that for real. We need to do a troll video and keep that secret, guys. Seriously. Y'all could be laughing with us if you put the video out like that. Maybe we'll do
that's right.
Maybe we'll do a Q&A.
I mean, how cool would that be, for, say, 300 people in on a secret, and they're sharing it like, look at these dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. And how does he got so many subscribers off of talking like that? Mother of Dragon, thank you, Mother, on Patreon. Yep, I agree with you, Chris. Wins have been done for a while now. Jerem has too many other projects going to still be actively working on a huge project. Like, wow. Yeah, I kind of think it's basically done. It's been basically done for a while, and he's doing a bunch of other shit. So we've been saying he could have them both done. I don't think he does, but I think it's he could have a lot of material at least left over from Wins to go into spring.
Yeah, you said earlier he may actually be in the process of just like kind of dumping some stuff.
Yeah.
Over to it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Also, Tim Hughes on Patreon. Thank you, Tim. I don't think there will be a Night Queen, but if he did want one, could he use Dragonglass? Well, that is true. That opens up the possibility. Does he know that magic? Could he touch a piece? Does it affect him? We don't think it does.
Right.
But if that's the case, he could touch a piece and maybe he can do that same spell, but we don't really know. Like what he learned, like what powers if he already had, say green seer abilities, that doesn't mean he knew their magic when he got made. But he could.
You never know.
But
he could be saving this magic.
He could.
I mean, he could have been like, there's a chick, there's another fucking wildling.
Yeah, I mean, you could
he's
say
looking for somebody
like
a Sansa.
You could say he was looking for Dany. But there's been a bunch of Dannys in the past, before he came back. So that's why I lean towards the John Birth thing. But Cap the Goat, Ghost will survive, bet on it. I hope so. I really do want a little bit of happiness in this ending where we do see, you can call it fanboy or whatever you want, but I want to see like Ghost still at John's side at the end of this thing. Almost like Blood Raven's still there, or something.
Ghost has an advantage. Blending with the winter. I'm telling you.
That is true. That is true. As long as he don't go, if he starts fighting, he's gone. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. In a big group of whites. Alrighty. So it is 1:12. Also, we got Celtic Moon was the last I think we had on Streamlabs. Sir Moist, thank you for the Streamlabs donation. I love.
This is awesome. This is a great night.
I love the names. Sir Moist, where are the Blackfires? All gone, except for possibly Varys. They're all got killed. Blackfire rebellions. Then Bloodraven killed the last one and came over, and that's why he got sent to the wall. But we could have a Varys Blackfire thing going on, at least in the books. Show may not happen. But it gives you, again, we were talking about this earlier, is the motivation for Varys wanting a Targaryen restoration in the first place, or in calling Aegon in the books a Targaryen. Could he be a Blackfire? But, then again, a lot of people say, and I've said it before, is he shaving his head because he's got silver hair? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of bald characters in the book, so I don't know. But yeah, Blackfires are basically gone, unless Varys is, but I do think Aegon is a Blackfire, so he is the last son. And the female line survived. So let me say that. So they technically would still be alive. But
right.
I think Fagon is a Blackfire. But, of course, he is not in the show. Fanon Ruff, thank you, Fanon. Rough Girl on Streamlabs, just thinking that Euron's finger between the cheeks. I'm going too far south of the wall. Yeah. Yes, that's the key, though. I mean, that's how you make the Night Queen.
Right.
It's got to be. It's just the way. That's all there is to it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Varys is a merman. That's right, Amanda Kane. That's absolutely true. Varys the merman theory. Oh, there's so many crazy theories out there. Tyrion's a time traveling fetus is one. It's insane. People go a little too far. A little too far. All right. It's 1:41. Oh, I'm sorry. We've gone an hour 20. Out of 4 minutes, it's 1:14. I don't know what we're doing. What we doing? We going a few more minutes. We taking a stretch. You're going another 15 minutes. What we doing?
Let's do that.
Is that what you guys want to do? We
Let's
still got
do that.
300 people hanging out.
We do.
So okay, we'll do that then. We'll take a if y'all are down. Adam 0007 question: does the wildling have any warg left? There's like 2,000 of them. Oh, the wildlings have any wargs left? I don't think so in the show, since they didn't do Varamir six skins in the show. I don't. It's really unstated, but I wouldn't think they did. I mean, they should technically. One out of those people, one or two, should be a warg. But I don't think so for the show, since they didn't do Varamir six skins. But it's a fair question. They should. Good night, Deborah Davis. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, sorry if we were all delayed. But all right, well, we'll take a quick stretcher then if you want to keep going another 15 minutes or so. And since we were late, so let's do that. And so give us a couple minutes and we'll be right back.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
So the show starts off like this. These Stacks people are up in the north where it's real fucking cold, and they find these dogs, these big-ass dogs.
Right, he just chopped some dude's head off. Nothing to it. They heading home.
And
This
why
big
did-
buck
why
got
did
this
they take
deer.
the buck home? That's good meat. I mean, it's laying up in the cold. It's preserved.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's
Not
good
one
meat. Take the
thing
fucking
wrong
stag
with it.
home and cut that shit up and process it.
Damn it.
Right there on the spot.
Missed opportunity right in the first chapter.
Oh shit. Sorry. We just were brainstorming some ideas. Let's see. Jesus. Woo. Okay. Anyway, where are we at?
Fuck reading. That's for you long-time watchers right there.
That's right. You know, Monkey Man. Back in the day, we did our Monkey Man skit. All right. Let's see. Dan L. Super Chat. Thank you, Dan L. Since the Night King has passed the wall, how soon and how far south will the dead start rising? And could we see Cersei miscarry baby reanimate and attack her? Oh God!
Oh my God!
I guess that's technically possible, but I think that'll be long done by the time they get that far south, and you know they do whatever they do, or burn it, or bury it, or whatever. So it's possible. That'd be a little too much, though. I think, even for HBO, I think that'd be a little much. But yeah. Yeah, they passed the wall. The thing is, it's like I mentioned earlier, we don't know, like, the timelines are going to be a little off, which they should be. We don't know how much time had passed, like when he's crossing the wall.
Right.
That could be 2 months in the future then, but then we see Dany and Jon coming up to Winterfell from White Harbor. We see, you know what I mean? So
yes.
That could happen at the same time, or that happened after they got there already. So they still have time to play to get everything
I'm interested
as
to
far
see.
as
I think you might be right on that.
Dynamic goes. But yeah, I think the dead. We think they're heading towards the God's Eye that far south, and and that's right there at King's Landing. So I think that'll happen. Paula Marie, thank you, Paula, for the super chat.
Thank you so much.
Tyrion Blue is the name for a dye used for royalty. Really.
Cool. That is cool to know.
Cool. I heard, and I could be wrong. I heard this. I don't know where I heard it or read it, but I heard there was a White Walker Blue now for a crayon. Because you can submit every once in a while to Crayola.
Yes.
I heard there's a White Walker Blue now. I don't know if that's true or not. That'd be cool. I like submit colors to Crayola.
I'm going to buy a box of crayons.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find that out. I'll look that up. Anybody know if that's true or not? Is there a White Walker Blue in Crayola now? I don't know. RT Sizzle, again, thank you, RT, for the super chat. Looking at the GOT map, if you went far north enough, do you think Beyond the Wall could possibly be connected to Sotheros, possibly like a loop round? I think it's certainly possible.
I do too.
At some point, I mean, he said that Essos and Westeros are not connected, but he never said anything about Westeros and Sotheros.
Right.
So, yeah, it's possible. At some point in this world, however big this planet is, something's got to meet.
Yes.
So that's why I'm kind of...
It's really, like, Sotheros really surrounds the outer edge.
We've seen just enough. We've seen a little bit of it where the Summer Isles are. Where
I was going with the flat Earth.
I just got it. I'm sorry. I just got it. You're right. It's a... It's a globe. It's a fucking flat Earth. So Sotheros is it's the edge. That's absolutely correct. We're going to talk about flat Earth one of these times in the podcast. Oh shit! But yeah, I mean, it's possible at some point. I just don't think that he has gone far enough into Sotheros as far as their, what's there. Only a couple places have been named, and you got some details, and those are there. But other than that, it's really just an unknown region. We'll probably never learn much more about, unless he does authorize side stories or something like that. But I don't think that'll happen. Sir Moist, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Read it, people.
What kind of condoms does Jon Snow use? Wolf Riders.
Wolf Riders.
And they're made out of sheep intestines.
Yes, that's right.
The same as... yeah, I don't think... That's the problem around there. There's nobody strap up. You know how many people should be dead or sick from the clap and chlamydia and all this shit?
Yes, that's all happening right off camera.
Absolutely. Everybody's on fire over there. I'm telling you right now. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's see. Patreon, Randy Surimatsu again. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Your buck talk reminded me of a question.
Oh,
I'm glad we spurred something with that bullshit. Your buck
This big fella, scared of lightning, says one word.
When they find the direwolf, they say there weren't any south of the wall. Actually, they said they hadn't been spotted south wall in 100 years.
That's right. Yeah.
Since that's the Stark sigil, do you think did that foreshadow Frodo Stark return, or just winter is coming? Yeah. Kind of, sorta. I think it hinted a little bit at where the direwolf came from because Bloodraven sent it. Could have kind of thrown a little something towards the Night King, Proto Stark himself coming back, but it definitely, the main reason, of course, was the whole Baratheon Lannister being killed by or Starks, I should say, Baratheons being killed by the Lannisters. So, or the feud coming up, that was the main foreshadowing of the whole direwolf and the stag. But yeah, it could. For sure. All right, let's see where we at live chat here. I didn't see any responses to our stupid intro. Thank you, Bublo Will. Australia loves you. Awesome, very cool for having somebody in Australia.
We love Australia.
Hanging out. Really appreciate it. Makes me want to say something so bad right now. And I can't. I just can't. But
I was about to say it for
about
you.
Australia, but that will be something coming up. Anyway.
Big surprises coming up.
Absolutely. Let's see. Angel Gonzalez, how do you think... welcome, Angel. I hadn't seen that name. How do you think Season 8 will start? I've heard... now this was a little article on I think a couple people did videos about it. I think it was on Watchers on the Wall or Winter is Coming, that it could open up in Wintertown, which is the little town right outside Winterfell, where Tyrion goes to stay when Rob's kind of an asshole when he's on his way back from the wall. Yeah. And he's like, there's a brothel right outside your walls. That's Wintertown. That's where Brienne was watching the candle.
Yes.
So supposedly I've heard from that could be like where it opens up, and I don't know exactly what would be going on there. It could be just some common folk getting ready for winter, or, you know what I mean? I don't really know what would be happening in Wintertown. But I think it has to start essentially with Winterfell. It's in that area. And I mean Jon and Dany showing up. They have to go ahead and get that going, I think.
Yeah.
So I think
that out of the way.
Yeah, the whole, let's meet everybody. Let's have the awkward moments. Let's have Jaime showing up and Dany showing up and them having the conversations about the Targaryens are bad. And oh, but by the way, Bran over here has something to say about that.
Yes.
So I'm going to guess, and while that may be true as far as Wintertown, it still will probably flash right over to Winterfell. I would guess the first scenes will be there. Because I don't think we're going to see White Harbor. You know what I mean? I just think we'll see them show up. Right. Yeah, Must Puss, more boat sex. Yeah, they probably did that a few times. No, I would. Anyway,
Little fella in a wheelchair and a pudgy craven.
Pudgy Craven. Oh, let's see. Yes, Stephen Hart says reunions. Yeah, we will get the Jon Arya full Stark reunion at least before all hell breaks loose.
And that's the reunion that I cannot wait to see.
Me too. I want to see
him just mess up her hair or something,
and then, but I want to see how. I mean, even though I think she's kind of coming back around, she's still a completely different person. And so is he, but she's a lot more different than she was, and that's going to be an interesting dynamic the way they play that. Sansa and Jon was cool, but they even talked about it openly, like used to be you were I was really mean to you, and she was like, okay, yeah, you kind of were.
Yeah.
But Arya should be an actual embrace. Arya's
gonna be like, I'm no one. You don't even know all this stuff, and he's gonna be like,
yeah,
I died and came back to life.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, he don't like talking about that at all, and he won't even say that to her unless he has to, I guess, probably. Don't tip the boat over, says Carol Brown. Oh, they tipping it. It's rocking all the way to White Harbor.
Don't tip the boat over.
Pudgy Craven. That's now I'm gonna start. I used to have. If you guys remember, old school people remember, I used to call the waif the haircut. I haven't had a good nickname for people because everybody keeps dying.
Yes.
So I'm losing. I need a new nickname for somebody for the last season. So we may have Pudgy Craven. I may steal that from you and trademark for Sam. But yeah, I need a new nickname. I was kind of sad that I lost my nickname. I was happy that the haircut died in a way, but I was sad.
And I loved it because that's, I was coming into the fold.
Yeah. And
not only you, it was like they were saying the haircut, and all the comments.
The comments were about, now, what if the haircut was...
Right.
So, oh, man. Let's see. I saw a super chat, I think. Desert Dragon. Thank you, Desert Dragon. This is two wild fantasies. That Wakanda Kingsguard, they can handle you. Not sure you can handle them, bro. You damn right. You're damn right. They're badass. Badass, but I don't...
I think you can handle them.
Yeah. I probably couldn't. Yeah, I mean... Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree, Dragon. I wouldn't disagree. Oh, here comes Carol with the rumpus again. Carol, you're still here.
Yes, she is.
I was with the party going on.
Just 364 more days, Carol.
That's right. Let's see. Justin Spin.La Cena knows she's trolling. Okay, well that's just. I'm sorry. I guess I'm reading y'all's conversations. Let me check this really quick. I think we're good though. And this girl named Aria. I'm sorry.
She takes this penny, shows up at this checkered.
You said that just like Larry the Cable Guy. Just like him. Oh, shit.
This black fella lets her in. He's not really a black guy. He's like this.
He's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Some bitch beats the hell out of her, has his little girlfriend haircut, beat the hell out of her.
Oh, damn.
Turns her loose, and she's a killer.
Warging.
Yes. I was saying that.
Did you say Warge?
I did.
I don't remember the Warge. I kind of do. Maybe I do. Maybe I vaguely remember.
Oh, that was a quick correction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they were recorded. I was like, oh, you mean
exactly?
Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's right. All right. Hi, Herb. Okay, final question, Herb. All right, I see it. Do you think Howland is Ashara's true lover? Mira couldn't have been her child, and Ashara is still alive as Gina Reed. No, I don't buy the Howland Ashara thing. I think the attorney at Harrenhal, it was more of a she was there, but the Lyanna thing was kind of more of a I feel sorry for this guy, so I don't buy the Ashara Howland thing. I think Mira he's got a wife at home. I don't buy the whole Ashara thing. I just don't think Ashara is that big of a deal. I mean, yes, in a backstory, but not for the current situation. I'm reading that, Holiday. I'm reading that in Donnie Baker's voice.
Me too.
I swear to God.
State law.
You kind of gotta. I swear to God, if you pinch your nose and talk nasally, you can kind of get his voice.
I'm telling him right to his face.
I'll say it right in your face.
That was
Naughty
good.
Baker and the Pork Pistols.
That was really good.
Yes, I hate having to hold my nose. I wish I could close it, and actually does that. That do the voice. He's always squirting himself with a bottle. He's got to be. Matt D should include some Flat Earth Society bullshit in the troll vid. Yes, we could actually do that. We could incorporate some Flat Earth stuff in there.
We could,
because we could say they're on this thing. That damn planet's flat, cause whatever. Because you don't see a shit. I don't know. We could definitely incorporate it. Coordinate. That's right. Coordinate. Got to coordinate. Carol Brown.
Mushroom built. Yeah. See the mushrooms here?
Oh man, so many good classic movies, man. Oh. Anyway, let's see. Amanda has one from Anthony I'm sorry, it's moving. I apologize. Anthony Garaventak, I believe. Oh no, I keep seeing the Q against the damn T. Anthony, does the bear north of the wall symbolize Jorah's fate? That's a good question, but I don't think so. Only because Dan and Dave have been trying to do this damn white polar bear for 4 or 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in the DVD back stuff.
Okay.
They've been wanting to do this thing. So if they were trying to do it in season 2, then it really wouldn't have foreshadowed.
But I never thought about that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean it could have been foreshadowing then though. So it could. I mean, it's possible. But I think that particular scene was just because they could finally do it with whatever budgets and all that shit that it couldn't be done before.
Stephen Hart, I was wanting to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. We try to keep it, kind of clean. We can't, but yes. Oh. I just got Chris Rock in my head.
Oh.
How much for Unreal? It just came. Oh. Fuck the cup, pour it in my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're way off topic. But yeah. Oh, I love those movies. Here we go.
I quit my fucking job. I'm in a good mood, man.
I know. This just makes it happen.
I can't help it.
Oh, and just the thing, we about didn't have a stream tonight. We about didn't have a stream. Good night, Justin. Good night. Good night, Anthony. No problem. Oh, you're just saying thanks for the question. I'm sorry. I see it now. I'm slow, a little slow tonight. Ben G. Serious question. We're getting too far off. What you doing with that little shit? Q&A. Have y'all noticed how the cave drawings at Dragonstone depicted 3 White Walkers, Aegon and Dany, both came to Westeros with 3 dragons? Is that intentionally saying everything comes in 3s? Well, it did show 4, I believe. It was 4 with the Night King, with the little beard, the goatee.
Yes.
So I believe it was 4, and I'm trying to think of the children.
I don't trust my memory anymore. So
I don't either. I'm pretty sure it was 4.
With you on this.
But I could be wrong. So if somebody knows for sure, correct me.
I see the point here.
But yeah, but I'm trying to think, was the children and the man symbols where they showed them coming together, was that 3 or 4? 3 each, or was it 4 each? I don't remember. But yeah, you do got this. There's a lot of numbers in this thing that kind of come back around. The 3 dragons, 3 heads of the dragon. Mm-hmm. But that represented Aegon and his sisters and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was the starting point for that.
Right.
And now you have, Jon, Dany, and in the books you may have Aegon or something. So another 3. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. I think that was 4 as far as the White Walkers. So if that's the case, if somebody can maybe somebody remembers, I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of threes. You got the three tribes with Nisa. There's something to it, but it's more like a way to connect things, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying in the Rhaegar video, it kind of connects things that way. So could be. Definitely not. What I'm saying is definitely not by accident, especially in the books with these numbers, with 13, with the even numbers like the 100th Craster's child, the 1,000th, 999. We're right at 1,000 Lord Commanders. All these even numbers and stuff.
Read Stednark's comment.
Stednark, what's up, Stednark? I was watching the stream with my girl one night, and she's from Estonia. She kept on asking me what war for the Dun is. Here we go. I just explained to her it's our southern way of saying dawn. Yes,
that's right.
I'm gonna tell you what, Stednark. It was probably season 5, first year I was doing YouTube, and how many questions I got when I said dawn. People were correcting me, saying I was not. I guess I'm supposed to say dawn. Is that right?
Right.
Dawn, like
I know.
dawn. I'm saying dawn, not done. Like done for me is DUN.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's unbelievable how many things I got on when I said dawn.
I've had this conversation recently with the way I say certain things.
Yeah.
Head, bed.
Yeah,
things
so
like that.
I got a lot of that. I'll tell her I apologize, but it is our southern way. It's just dawn. I don't hear it I hear it right in my own head, but other people apparently do not.
So what they're hearing is the sound like the word stone.
Yeah, yes. I guess.
STON.
Yeah, don't sound like done. Done.
I think now that I'm reading it back, because I thought done. I read it as done too, but now I think she was saying dome.
Oh, dome. D-O-M-E.
Dome.
Yeah, dome. Yeah, people thought I was saying dome, as in like welcome to the Terra Dome. Come on. Sorry, I got PE in my head. But welcome, Terra Dome, like dome.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that a lot. The sword is called Dawn, not Dome.
Yes.
I'm like, I never said dome.
No.
Who said dome? That wouldn't make any sense. So, let's see here. Mamma Mia, you guys know that you have an Aussie mod, right? Yes, I do. Mamma Mia.
Oh, yes.
I remember.
And so she's saying, don't keep secrets from the Aussie mom.
Oh, yeah.